What's up, DC Nation? We are back with another video on Tom King's Batman Catwoman series. This is issue number 5. If you're not caught up in this series, don't worry, I'll put a link in the description to get you caught up. But heading into this new issue, we pick up in the future. We see an older Harley Quinn arrive at the outside of Wayne Manor. She knows what Selina did to the Joker, and she is going to kill her for it. In the past, a younger Selina gets drunk at a bar. She tells the bartender that she's going to remove the bullets from his gun and smack her bottle of beer across his face. Well, it's a little late, ain't it? How you going to steal the bullets when I'm over here and you're all the way over there? The bartender says, holding his gun. Oh yeah, I forgot. I did the first parts before. Selina says, opening her hands, showing the bullets. The bartender then takes his now empty barrel gun and swings it at Selina's head. Selina ducks down and smacks her beer bottle across the bartender's face, knocking him out. She walks out of the bar, singing. We switch to present-day Selina, talking with Andrea Beaumont. First you attack me, then you kidnap me, and now we get dressed? Shouldn't we be fighting? Selina says. You like fighting, Andrea says, looking at her phantasm mask. No, not particularly. I mean, same as most people. I do enjoy having the blood of anyone who crosses me under my claws, sure. But everything that precedes that, frankly, I could give or take. Selina says, stepping up in her Catwoman costume. Well, if you need to fight, Selina, we can fight. Let me know, but I want to show you something first. Something I think you would like. Some blood for our claws. The Phantasm says. We go back to the future, and older Selina opens the Wayne Manor door to see Harley walking up with a jackhammer. Selina asks Harley, how you been? Harley responds honestly, saying she's a little upset. Harley then puts on a clown mask and pulls out a gun. Selina kicks Harley in the face fast enough before Harley can pull the trigger. Selina puts out her hands, ready to box. Harley gets up telling Selina that she knows what she did. She knows Selina killed the Joker, and she's mad about it. Harley jumps and pushes Selina into the Wayne Manor. Harley gets on top of Selina and tries choking her with a jackhammer. Selina hits Harley's head into the wall and turns the fights in her favor. Selina then gets behind Harley and grabs the back of her head. During the fights, Harley tells Selina that she always knew Joker would succumb to her. She always knew there was a connection between Joker and Selina. But what Harley is most upset about is that Selina killed the love of her life before she got to. Selina slams Harley's head into the ground multiple times, trying to shut Harley up. We switch back to present day. Selina, this is Sal Niceman. He's not a very good man. The Phantasm says. Sal was a Joker fanatic, followed him around his whole life. He had his poster over his bed, his picture up in his locker. All he wanted was to do something for the Joker. What a dream that would be. And eventually they met, and the grateful fan became a grateful friend, became a grateful helper. His specialty was finding others like him, other boys enamored with the jokes and the blood. Please, Sal says, tied up. It was easy. He was from that world. He knew where they congregated, what they desired, and he would go out and collect them and bring them to the big man with the green hair and winning smile. No, Sal says. And what did Joker do with these nice young men that Sal found them? Why don't you tell her, Sal, just so she can hear, just like you told me? What did he do with those people you brought to him, over and over? The Phantasm says, coming out of smoke. He had to use, they tested the gas, Sal says, shedding a tear, as the Phantasm puts her blade across his neck. Just so you know, cats, this is the moment where you're supposed to stop me. If you want to fight, we should fight. Sal Niceman, your angel of death awaits. The Phantasm says as she goes to kill Sal. Selena just watches, and blood goes across her face as the death happens. Now we switch back to the future, and we go on with the fights between older Selena and Harley Quinn. Harley throws knives at Selena. Selena catches them with a cutboard. Harley then takes her jackhammer and goes to attack. Selena dodges and tackles Harley down the stairs of Wayne Manor. They both exchange multiple blows before Selena sits up as the victor. Harley lays on the grounds after being knocked out by a cup of flowers. Selena tells Harley, "See, Harley, the problem is why you couldn't do it, why you never killed the Joker. It's because you're too good to be bad, and I'm too bad to be good." We switch to the past. Selena prepares to steal a tiger gem at a museum. She walks on top of glass before it cracks. She's too drunk for a heist. She falls through the glass and crashes into a skeleton dinosaur display. She lays tired with her Catwoman mask on. She looks up to see Batman over her. Batman picks her up and carries her out of the museum to the Batmobile. The scene is drawn very well by Clayman and gives Batman his cool moments in the comic. We switch to present day. "You're not what I thought you'd be," Andrea says, holding a glass of wine. "What am I?" Selena asks. "Bruce can be so consuming. I thought you'd be consumed," Andrea says. "Well, I thought you'd be a psychotic killer broken inside out. And at least one of us got it right," Selena says, holding a glass of wine up. We go back to the future to see Selena on a couch with a glass of wine. She looks down at now tied up Harley Quinn. That's when Helena, her daughter, walks in asking, "Mother, are you alright? What the hell happened?" "What can I say? The world is full of crazy," Selena states. And that is how we end this issue. And now to my thoughts in this comic book. I think this issue was alright. I feel like as the series goes on, it's just getting slower and we're not getting a lot of progress. Now, it is an entertaining comic book. I still enjoyed it. Like, let's talk about the future story. How we see an older Selena fighting off against Harley Quinn. I thought that was really dope. Seeing Harley show up in like her Harley mobile, that's what I'm calling it. And then she gets out her jackhammer and we see this whole fight commence. It's really well choreographed by Clayman, and it's just awesome. I like seeing Harley fight off against Selena, and Harley being mad that Selena killed the Joker because Harley wanted to kill the Joker, not someone else. Now, the whole argument that Selena is too bad to be good and Harley is too good to be bad, and it was kind of weak. I felt like it was kind of shoehorned in there, and Tom King, instead of just letting the fight end in a very quiet but very impactful manner, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put in something there. We gotta put in some dialogue for Selena," which sometimes that's good, but in this case, I didn't like it. I didn't like that whole argument. It didn't really fit. It didn't feel like it fit with the whole fight and didn't end the fight on great notes. But nonetheless, the fight was awesome. Now to the past, we see a younger Selena. She gets drunk, she tries to do a heist, but then she fails miserably, and then Batman shows up, saves her, and puts her in the Batmobile to go away. She's doing all this because, well, she lied to Batman, and their relationship is kind of falling apart. Now that's fine, and the whole sequence of seeing her try to go into this museum, steal like I think it was a gem, a tiger gem, and then she falls, and we get Batman who shows up. That was cool, but I also felt like this whole, subplot in the past it just filled up pages. It was not important. Like, yeah, I like seeing Selina deal with her problems and, see Batman in this book. Like, we barely get Batman in this book now. He showed up a lot in the first issue, and as the series has gone on, it's like each issue he goes down in pages. Like, he'll be in 10 pages in one issue, the next issue he's only in 6 pages, and this issue only 2 pages. So I'll give this story in the past some leeway because we got to see Batman, and I always like seeing Batman, especially drawn by Clayman, but the past story was the weakest because it just didn't feel important and felt kind of like filler. Now, the best story in this issue was the present day. We see Andrea Beaumont, the Phantasm, team up with Catwoman, Selina. And I thought that was really cool. And see Andrea Beaumont suit up as the Phantasm and then kill like a henchman of the Joker. And it's a very horrific and dark scene. And Selina and I stop it. It was great. It was really good writing by Tom King, and how that story ends with Andrea saying, oh, she thought Selina would be consumed, but she proved otherwise, and Selina just telling Andrea that, so I expected you to be a psychotic killer, and you pretty much were that. I thought that was a really good line, and I'm excited to see that story continue. But yeah, guys, overall, this issue, it was fine. It was enjoyable. The artwork by Clayman, as always, was phenomenal, but it feels like the story is kind of hitting a stop. Like, it's going so slow, and we're not getting a lot of progress. Now, the ending page with Helena confronting Selina may get this series back on track, I hope. I hope next issue we get a lot of plot progression, maybe some action, and we see more Batman. I really like that. But if we don't, then this series will start to tread water, and I might lose interest. But for now, I'm going to give this issue a 7.5 out of 10. I still liked it. I still think you should check it out. But don't expect like a big issue, because this issue isn't that. If anything, this is kind of filler at times. There are still some important things in this issue with Andrea Beaumont and Selina, but that's about it. But yeah, guys, tell me your thoughts on this issue down below. What you think about it? Did you think it was an awesome issue, or do you agree with me that it was still good, but it didn't really push the plot forward that much, and I want that. But yeah, guys, if you liked the video, give a big thumbs up. New channel, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next Batman Catwoman video. And yeah, thanks for watching, and peace out.